Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 13 of our live playthrough of Elder Scrolls Online Elsweyr. Sorry I didn't come online yesterday. We had some pretty bad storms rolling through the area, and I didn't want to risk my hardware here. Most of it's on power strips, but even still, I didn't want to take the chance. We had some pretty close lightning strikes and all that fun stuff. The storms cleared up probably about around 10 o'clock last night. It was too late to come on and actually do anything useful. So I figured I'd put it off and do it today, which is perfectly fine with me. And before we dive right in, got a few updates for the last few days of August. For the channel, and then I gotta make a new calendar. I actually just have to print out the calendar for September. I have it all made already. But tonight at 9 o'clock will be episode 12 of a playthrough of Fallout 4. Episode 12 is going to be a bit of a special one, just like episode 6 and 7. It's a settlement build. We are building probably everybody's initial player house when you start Fallout 4, and we'll be doing it at the Red Rocket service station just over the footbridge from Sanctuary. So we'll go through the building of that. Tomorrow night at 9 o'clock will be episode 9 of our playthrough of Rise of Tomb Raider. And that's pretty much it. This coming Sunday, our weekly live stream will be Fallout 76. You have to dive back into it, make sure it's all fully up to date for our playthrough on Sunday. I'm sure that there's several gigs of updates waiting for me because they've been slowly putting out new content that they're releasing. So I'm sure I have a bunch of that to download. And then we will go through the rest of the week. Normal schedule with episode 10 of Rise of Tomb Raider on Monday, episode 13 of Fallout 4 on Tuesday. Let's see, Wednesday. The second to last episode of this, or Elder Scrolls Online Elsweyr live playthrough, will be on Wednesday. Let's see, 12. Episode 14 of Fallout 4 on Thursday. And episode 11 of Rise of Tomb Raider on Friday. So, still a whole bunch of videos to look forward to. This is the third to last video of our Elsweyr playthrough. And hopefully we will get I don't know if we will actually finish this, looking at it, because we are currently working on these. And we've got 2 of 11 done. We've got 9 more to do. 3, 2, 10 more of these. Finding the sky shards. It will be very, very close. But we'll see. If we don't finish it in this playthrough, Elder Scrolls Online, I'll play this character in our weekly live stream until we play through it and get it all completed, just so we finish it out. So we will finish it. It just may not be in its own series. It may roll into our weekly live stream. But I believe that's enough chat from me, so let's bring the volume back up. And let's continue where we left off with from last week.
Oh, you're that traveler I saw earlier. Do you need something?
The magnet has allowed me to join the festival and said I should speak with you.
Truly? That was certainly nice of her. Your first step is to complete the Proof of Reverence. This trial allows us to call upon our ancestors to watch over us, as we prove ourselves worthy of their name.
Okay, how do I do that?
With this paper lotus, write the names of your honored ancestors on its petals, and place the lotus in the river. This will allow it to float into the afterlife. Think of it like a calling card, a way to get your ancestors to pay attention.
Alright, I'll place the lotus in the river.
Return to me when you've completed your task. Oh, and feel free to ask any questions you may have. This is Hakoshe's first proving festival in over a century, after all. I'm sure you're just as curious as everyone else.
Alright, tell me more about the proof of revenants.
Before we can prove ourselves to our ancestors, we must first get their attention. The paper lotus acts as a ceremonial letter of sorts. By placing it into the river, we allow it to be carried into the realm of the dead.
Alright, is that based on Akaviri belief?
Yes, it is. The Akaviri believe that all waterways connect the realms of the living and dead. There are many folktales about boats being lost in heavy fog, and landing on shores filled with restless spirits.
And do you believe that?
I used to, when I was little. Whenever I would go jump in a puddle, my mother would yell, "Stop that! You'll fall right into the afterlife." Truthfully, though, she just didn't want my dress to get muddy.
And you said this is your first proving festival?
Excited, of course. Honestly, I'm shocked we gave up the tradition in the first place. No one even remembered the festival existed until the magnate found an old record about it.
If it's not a tradition, why did Hakashuri decide to have the festival now?
Our town doesn't have much wealth or power, but we do take pride in our ancestry. Learning about our Akaviri culture and celebrating it is important to us. And the Proving Festival is the perfect way to do just that.
Okay. Alright.
Through this proof, you have shown reverence. Well done. Next is the proof of strength. You'll need to... I am sorry. I'm just so tired today. There's been a lot of strange noises at night lately, and I haven't slept very well.
Is that what you and the Magnite were talking about?
You overheard that? Ah, well, yes. I've started hearing noises at night. Heavy breathing, uneven footsteps that seem to shuffle about. At first I thought I was dreaming it all, but now I am not too sure.
Any idea what it might be?
I don't, though the magnate has promised to send a patrol out tonight. Hopefully they'll find whatever it is. But you've got a proof to complete. Head over to Vectressy for your next task. He's just a little ways west of here, right up the hill.
Alright, I'll head to Vectressy.
Good luck with the proof of strength, and let me know if you need anything.
Alright, looks like he's just up the hill here. There he is, behind the tree.
What can I do for you, traveler?
I am here to complete the proof of strength. The Magnite gave me permission.
You wish to prove yourself before your ancestors. Very well. To the north lies a cave wherein beautiful sugar daisies grow. Bring me one, and you will have proved your strength.
Alright, how does that prove my strength?
Ah, didn't I mention? The cave also happens to be a cinch lion lair, and I doubt the beasts will be particularly fond of your intrusion. Best of luck, traveler.
Alright, I'll bring back the flower.
Make sure to keep your senses about you. Cinch lions aren't beasts to take lightly.
Tell me more about the proof of strength.
The Akaviri have always placed a great emphasis on martial prowess. The proof of strength shows our ancestors that we remain strong and are prepared to face any danger that may befall us.
Are the Akaviri known to be great warriors?
The greatest. Akaviri warriors are known for both their might and magic. It was only because of their aid that General Riemann was able to pacify all of Tamriel under his rule. Why, it was Akaviri who founded the Dragon Guard.
The Dragon Guard?
Proud warriors who formed the Dragonborn Riemann's personal guard. Unfortunately, they seem to have disbanded after the Akaviri potentate fell. I still think they're around, though, waiting for their moment to return.
Alright. Got a cave this way. Oh. Ah. Was not expecting that. Seem to have glitched a bit. Oh, maybe not. There you go. Not where I wanted it. Ah. Holy crap. All right. Fall. That went better than expected. for the most part.
You have the look of victory about you. Tell me, were you successful?
I found the flower. Here you go.
Most impressive. I'd say you've certainly made your ancestors proud. Good thing, too. Wouldn't want any unhappy spirits mucking about Hakoshe. They bring all sorts of misfortune.
Is that another Akavari belief?
Quite right. It's part of why honoring our ancestors is so important. Happy ancestors gift their descendants with good fortune. Wrathful ancestors, well, they do just the opposite. They curse us with misery, desolation, even death.
Death?
Yes, death. Of course, you'd need to perform a great dishonor for such a punishment. Not that you have to worry about that. You've proven both your reverence and strength. Now, it's time to test your wit. Head to the town square and speak to Valoria.
Alright, I will go speak with Valoria.
Don't dawdle now. The proof of wisdom awaits you back in Hakoshe.
Alright. Aha, there she is.
Why, if it isn't our town's mysterious stranger. Magnet Fena Derak told me all about your participation. Have you completed the first 2 proofs?
I have and was told to speak with you.
Excellent, excellent. Then you are ready for the proof of wisdom. I am most useful when empty. I am most generous when full. What am I?
I have to solve a riddle?
Of course. What better way to show your wisdom? The riddle describes one of the items on this table. Choose the correct item and bring it to me. Only then will you pass the trial.
Alright.
Best of luck, dear. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask.
What was the riddle again?
I am most useful when empty. I am most generous when full. What am I?
Okay. Alright, we've got a bowl, a candle, and a potion. Let's try the potion.
You've returned. Tell me, what item did you bring?
Touch the wire. Oh no, and you lost audio. Alright, that one. Alright, we should be back. Sorry about that. Alright, I brought you a potion.
No, that's not correct. Why not try again? I'm sure you'll get it.
Alright, so it's not the potion. Try the bowl is the only other thing that would make sense, I think.
You've returned. Tell me, what item did you bring?
I brought a bowl.
Yes, that is indeed the answer. Oh, I'm just so happy you guessed correctly. I was a little worried my riddle was too obscure. I had hoped Magnate Fena Darak would provide a riddle, but she's had her hands full with the festival. Poor thing.
Poor thing?
She just has a lot riding on her shoulders. We're all seeking to honor our ancestors, but the magnate's ancestors are a bit, harder to live up to. I'm sure it's created a good deal of stress.
I see, thank you.
May your ancestors be pleased by your actions, traveler.
Tell me more about the Proof of Wisdom.
Throughout Akaviri history, the proof of wisdom has been performed in a number of ways. Scholars draft grand essays, writers compose ornate poems, philosophers perform lengthy debates. But for Hakushe, we went with riddles.
Why riddles?
The people of Hakushe are simple folk, and our great scholars are few and far between. A modest trial keeps morale up, while still honoring our ancestors. However, we did get a few essay submissions for the Magnate to review.
Is the Magnate a scholar then?
Of course, just like the rest of her family. Every Akaviri text we have is safely contained within the Magnate's home, and she makes sure to study them. Even teaches the young ones a bit of the language.
Alright, goodbye.
Enjoying the fest. I'm sure you've heard a great deal about Akaviri culture today, but tell me, did you learn anything about the Magnate herself?
Yes, her family has led Hakushe since its founding. She's well respected and scholarly. Does that help?
Everything you've learned seems to support the rumor. A descendant of the potentate would certainly be given such privileges. However, my investigation calls for more concrete proof. A document would be best.
Where would I find such a document?
I've made some inquiries of my own. It seems that Magnate Fena Darak has quite a few records in the cellar of her home. We'll need to break in and search her documents.
Oh boy, okay. And how do you propose that we break in?
We need a key, and I'm positive the captain of the guard carries one. If you would do me the kindness of chatting him up for a bit, I'll do my best to obtain the key. Should all go well, we'll be in and out before anyone notices.
Alright, I'll distract the guard.
Very well. Let's get moving then.
Where's the guard? Where's the guard? Up that way. Aha, there he is.
Greetings. Say, aren't you the traveler who joined the Proving Festival?
I am the traveler who completed the Proving Festival.
Are you now? Well, that's certainly an impressive feat. Honestly, this whole affair has been nerve-wracking for me. I'm not too keen on dishonoring my ancestors. Who knows what misfortune would befall me?
Were you able to complete the 3 proofs?
To be honest, barely. The first 2 proofs were easy enough. Threw a paper lotus in the river, grabbed a sugar daisy for Vecdrasi. But that last proof, well, it stumped me. Couldn't for the life of me figure out the riddle.
How did you solve it?
I'll admit it, I had a little help. Magnate Fena Darak gave me a hint. She's a gracious lady, our Magnate. Always helping out folks in need. I'm not sure how Hakushe would fare without her.
Alright, I see. Well, I'd best be off.
Glad you could make it. Quickly now, let's head inside. Well, that's certainly odd. There must be something here to take down that barrier.
Alright. I found it.
I'm willing to bet those tablets would fit rather nicely into these sockets on the floor.
Alright, let's take a look again. Light up the east. Don't want to be standing on that, I don't think.
Well, that certainly wasn't right. Care to try again?
think that's right. Alright, I know the fire one goes here. Alright. The wind.
Looks like that did it. Let's head in. The magnate left a letter on her desk. Interesting, don't you think?
Let's see. Nothing.
Seems this letter confirms that the magnate is descended from the potentate. What a pity.
Just what are you two doing here? Get out at once!
Traitor! How dare you claim to be of my blood?
What? What's happening? Please, no!
Vegetal. Well, it seems we've confirmed that Faina Darak is a descendant of the potentate. Just in time for her to be whisked away by some vengeful spirit. Just my luck.
Why would a spirit abduct the magnate?
Isn't that part of the Akaviri's beliefs? Disrespect your ancestors and they'll have their revenge. And given the spirit's armor, he was definitely Akaviri. Huh. Makes me wonder what the magnate did to deserve such a fate.
So you believe the spirit's one of the magnate's ancestors?
I'm not sure, but it's as good a guess as any. Given the turn of events, we'd best go after them. Perhaps the local tombs? If I know ghosts, they don't often wander far from their graves.
Given the turn of events, what do you mean by that?
Some Akaviri is so upset with the magnate that he's returned from the dead. And if I'm to see this investigation through to the end, I need to learn why. Let's head to the tombs. It's just east of the town square. Can't miss it.
Alright.
Glad you could make it. I see them, just up ahead.
Still you hunt me, assassin scum? Was my death not enough?
This disappearing act is getting very old, very fast.
That Akaviri spirit seemed to recognize you. Any idea why?
He seems to think that I was the Mer who assassinated him. Could be a simple case of mistaken identity. After all, my mother always did tell me I bear a striking resemblance to my grandfather, Methistara.
So your grandfather assassinated the Akaviri we're chasing?
As a member of the Morag Tong, my grandfather executed a great number of people. But, given the location and the armor the spirit wears, let's move ahead. I have a feeling we'll get our answers soon enough.
Alright, let's move ahead.
Best if we split up and go our separate ways.
Of course. What I wanted. Come on. Dang it. There's so many of them. Attack that one. He's almost dead. Come on. Go away. Oh, this is getting... Alright. Come on. not cool. And he regained all his health.
You will not advance!
Come on, get out of the way.
You can't find us!
Finally.
Proconsul Balorin Kai, I presume?
Very good, Assassin Scum. You and your companion have been most insistent. Come, let us speak. Fena Derek has called my spirit to judge her. By her quill, my name was written. By her hands, the paper lotus placed. And so I have come to punish her wickedness. And yet you try to stop me. Who are you to deny me my revenge?
Why do you crave revenge?
When I escaped Cyrodiil, I had but one man to protect me. Someone I placed my utmost faith in, my utmost trust. Lieutenant Line Bardwick. But when it came time to guard me from my Morag Tong assassin, my protector fled.
So a Morag Tong assassin killed you?
Yes. Though not before I was able to inflict a mortal wound myself. Both I and my assassin died that day. But not Line Bardwick. He looted my corpse and claimed my name. It was he who founded Hakoche, not I.
But why abduct Magnite, the Magnite? She didn't betray you.
Her family continued to spread the lies of my betrayer. For centuries, they have proclaimed themselves nobility. But all they have inherited is lies. She must renounce her title and tell her people the truth. Only then will I be content.
Alright, I'll relay the message to her.
Go then, and convince Fena Derek to speak the truth. Only that will save her.
What prompted your return?
The Proving Festival is a time for the Akaviri people to commune with their ancestors. Not only does it allow the dead to view the living world, it also invites us to cross over. Fena Derek called me to judge her. I have come to do so.
But she didn't do anything. It was her ancestor who stole your identity.
And so I did not kill her, as I attempted to kill Line Bardwick when first this festival was held. My lieutenant also summoned me by our ancient rites, though he did not realize this. I was compelled to cross over and judge his wicked ways.
But you weren't successful?
Line Bardwick was a strong mage in his own right. He cast me away. For centuries I have waited for another proving festival, but I suspect that Line Bardowick took precautions against my return. But now, at last, the truth can be revealed.
I can't believe it. The founder of Hakushe, my ancestor, he lied?
That seems to be the case. Will you speak the truth?
You don't understand. To admit such a horrid truth wouldn't just dishonor me. It would dishonor my entire family. All of my ancestors, who have done such great things for Hakushe, they'll all be disgraced. How can I do that?
So you want to keep lying about your ancestry?
No. I don't want to keep lying. The citizens of Hakushe deserve nothing but my complete honesty, even if it comes at the cost of my family's reputation. I'll do it. Ancestors, forgive me, but I'll tell everyone the truth.
Alright, let's get going then.
I'll be watching, Faina Darroch, waiting for you to speak the truth.
I'll keep my word.
Well, seems like it's time to get going then. I'll meet you in the town square.
I get stuck on. Run. I run the wrong way? No.
It seems my investigation has come to an end. The rumor was false, my family name is cleared, and no one even needed to be executed. A happy ending all around, wouldn't you say?
Someone was going to be executed?
The Morag Tong isn't one to leave loose threads, even one that's been dangling for over a century. Luckily for Faina Darroch, my grandfather was able to complete his writ. Here, a reward for services rendered.
Inventory is full. Alright. Let's see, what can we get rid of? Alright.
It seems the Morag... Now, despite our daring rescue, I'm certain the Magnate doesn't want a member of the Morag Tong hanging about. Though it does look like she's about to make her big announcement, doesn't it? Well, perhaps I'll stick around long enough to watch.
Tell me about the Morag Tong.
The Morag Tong is an organization of assassins. Agents are assigned writs of execution, perform said executions, and then go along the merry way. That's the long and short of it in any case.
So, like the Dark Brotherhood?
I'd ask you not to compare us to those lunatics. Our practices, morbid as they may seem, are perfectly legal and keeping with dark elf traditions. I kill only who I am sanctioned to kill.
And you're really gonna kill the Magnate?
If I had to. My preference was always to prove this rumor false, of course. Still, a writ is a writ. If my grandfather failed to do his duty, then I would have done it for him. Simple.
But your grandfather's writ was for for the pro-council, not...
My grandfather was following a writ which called for the death of Potentate Severian Shorak and all his heirs. Had Fëanor Darach been a descendant of the proconsul, her execution would also fall under this writ. Naturally.
Ah, that seems like a technicality.
I'll let the Morag Tong know your feelings soon as I'm back in Morrowind. I'm sure they're just dying to hear your opinion.
My family has long claimed to be descended from the Potentate. But this is not the truth. The man who founded the town, my ancestor, was a traitor. He betrayed Proconsul Baloran Kai and stole his name. My family's legacy is only a lie. I revoke my title as magnate. And should you decide it, I will leave Hakoshé forever. This dishonor is mine to bear, and I accept it.
No! We still want you to be our magnate!
You're an honorable woman, Fëanor Darach.
You deserve to lead this town.
Everyone, thank you. Thank you so much.
Finally, I am up.
All right. That was a bit of a side to what we were initially doing. Alright, so I want to head there. Back on our quest to fulfill the map. This road will take us there. It will. Excellent, excellent, excellent.
Heading to Serendar's cradle? I hope you brought your own water skin. Or you could buy one off me. My rates are reasonable, given the drought.
Alright, what's wrong with the Adeptorium?
Water, or rather the lack of it. Something stopped the flow from the aqueduct to Serendar's cradle. I've been hauling water for them in the meantime, but they can't keep this up forever.
Alright, what's the problem with the aqueduct?
Don't know. Old stones, old gates and levers, who can say for sure? I overheard the adepts discussing the trouble. A young one, Vosby, seems keen to solve the issue. If you want to know more, she's the person to ask.
Alright, I'll find Vasby and learn more of the water problems. Whoa. Run away. Nope, wasn't enough. Away. Go away, kitty cat. Badger.
We must do something about the water, Siluju. If you would just...
No adept can face the wastes alone, child. This one insists you stay.
Vasby cannot understand. Only puddles remain in the Adeptorium cisterns, but still Siluju forbids this one to act.
I heard there's a problem with the Adeptorium's water supply.
Our Adeptorium, Srendra's cradle, is parched by a drought. We rely on the Anequina aqueduct to supply our water, but something halted the flow. Now adepts and pilgrims go thirsty. We tend to the sick here. Without water, Many of them may die.
Do you have any idea what halted the flow?
No, and we never will if Silujo gets his way. He yowls about the risks, but Vasby is not the saucer-eyed kitten she was when Silujo found her. This one must fix this. You're a warrior, yes? Would you escort Vasby to investigate the aqueduct?
Yes, I'll help you investigate and return the flow of water.
Thank you for helping, Rook. We should investigate the nearest gate of the aqueduct, just south of here. Srendar willing, we will find whatever blocks the water there. Vasby will meet you soon. This one must speak to Silujo before she leaves.
Okay, has the aqueduct ever gone dry before?
No. My teachers examined the Order's histories and found no evidence of droughts in the past. But we live in curious times, yes? Dragons fly, dead walk. A broken aqueduct would not seem out of place.
Is there any chance that the source of water ran dry?
Vasby does not think so. Before the water reaches Srendar's cradle, it passes Rimen. And for all the city's problems, a drought is not one of them. That means the flow is blocked somewhere between the city and the Adeptorium.
Alright, tell me about yourself.
About Vasby? Oh, this one's life is not so exciting, but if you insist. Vasby is an initiate and servant of Srendar. A healer in training also. Silujo and the other monks raised this one here in the cradle.
Are all adepts here healers?
Most learn the craft, but not all have the passion for it that this one does. Silujo says it is Vasby's calling. This one thinks he is right.
You said that Silujo found you on his doorstep?
Yes. Vasby's parents had... This was in the time of the flu, you see. Many orphans came to Srendar's cradle in those days. Most of them were not as lucky as Vasby. Silujo cared for this one like a daughter. He still does, as you can see.
Did any of your other family members survive the flu?
No. This was not so long ago, Walker. You remember the groans and hacking coughs, yes? The blood? Srendar's cradle's adepts healed as many as they could. But even the strongest tinctures and cleanest bandages fell short in the face of the flu.
Alright, what can you tell me about the cradle?
The Adeptorium itself? I know only that our ancestors built it in the days of 16 kingdoms. Vasby has no ears for ancient history. This one does know that the Adeptorium has always been a place of healing, a refuge for all, no matter how ill.
How have you dealt with the dragon attacks?
We do what we can, but Vasby fears it is not enough. Many come with seared flesh and blackened lungs, from the flames and smoke, you see? Others come with broken limbs. Most of our palliatives and salves require water, so you see the urgency, yes?
Alright. Need to go up there, it would appear. What with all the mountain lions? Figure out how to get up there, I think. Do I just go there? Alright, let us find out, I guess. It looks like there's crap.
Oh, you found it!
Crap.
We should examine the gate at the top of the ramp.
Leave me be, hope.
Open and dry, as expected. Hopefully we'll find the blockage at the second gate. Busby hopes we can find the problem soon. Otherwise, we may have to investigate the Bandar Span.
What's the Bandar Span?
A portion of the aqueduct that runs through Bandar's litter. A canyon to the east of the Adeptorium. Silujo forbids us to go there, ever since this one was a Jakajit.
Why is it forbidden?
Vasby does not know. She has, at times, heard whispers from the older adepts. Something about the Nahatan flu. This one asked Silujo outright about the place years ago. He only shook his head and said it was far, far from Srenda's light.
Alright, I'll head to... Oh, actually, why is it called Bendar's litter?
Old moon tales. Clan mothers say the stone pillars of the canyon were Bandar's children. Elkosh turned them to stone as a reprisal for one of the bandit god's pranks. The trickster hid the pillars in this canyon where they would be warm and safe.
Alright, I'll head to the second gate.
Vasby will be right behind you, but be careful, Walker. Silujo can be overprotective, but he would not resort to lies to hold us back. The dangers of the wastes are real, as you know. Truly, I hate to worry him, but Vasby must do this.
Alright, where can I find the second gate?
Follow the line of the aqueduct east. It should lead you straight to the next gate. Vasby will meet you there.
You're not coming with me? I'm supposed to protect you.
Ha! You protect me by clearing the way, Walker. This one wants to take a moment to study this gate, in case we must fix one later. Vasby will be safe. You will stop worrying, yes?
Alright, fine. Oh, why? Why can't I? Stop. Why must everything attack me? Go away. Oh, there appears to be more of them. Crud. Oh, I found the
Caught
second
you!
gate.
Vasby is a quick study, yes? Let's examine this new gate. Dry. Zisfo. Wait, what is this? Curious. This scrap of cloth. Vasby knows it well. It is part of a Srendar adept's habit. One of the old ones we don't wear anymore. Could an adept have been out here?
Who would wear a habit like that?
Vasby does not think anyone wore it. The way it is torn, it looks like someone used it to dress a wound. Do you see the stains? This one smells blood, too. A warning, perhaps. Or a clue.
You think the person who dropped this is responsible for the water shortage?
Maybe. Vasby is no investigator. But finding something like this near the gate feels like a sign. We should find the person, if only to make sure they are not badly hurt, yes?
How do you propose we find them?
We could start by searching around the columns that hold the aqueduct up. Someone gravely injured may have rested in the structure's shadow. No time to waste, Walker. Let's go.
Are you sure that no one at the cradle wears a habit like this?
Certain. After the worst of the Nahatan flu had passed, Silujo and the others burned every scrap of cloth touched by the illness. Quilts, linens, and yes, even their habits. Nothing remained of them, aside from paintings in the cloisters.
Well, they must not have burned everything.
It appears that way, yes. Come, whoever this belonged to may need our help.
Right.
Another shred of a habit? The blood seems more spotty. From a sore, maybe. Let's keep looking.
All right.
This is a nursery rhyme, isn't it? Like the one Vasby read every night as a kitten. Srendar's Mercy. Please hurry, Walker! Swaddlecloth? Vasby recognizes that pattern. Come, let's keep looking, come!
Where are we going? Down.
And we find a death coin lost, of course. Something that gleams to take to the sands behind the stars. We should talk. The bloody bandages, the cameo, and swaddlecloth. All these trinkets and mementos lead to a forbidden place. Bandar's litter. Busby has not been totally honest with you, Walker. This one has a very personal stake in this business.
Yes, you seem to recognize all those items. What haven't you told me?
The drought. It's because of me. That is why Vasby insisted on being the one to investigate. Every year, on this one's birthday, someone leaves a gift outside the cloisters. Gifts like the nursery rhyme, coin, and cameo we found, you see?
So the gift giver left a trail to lead us here. Why do you think it's related to the drought?
Days after the aqueduct ran dry, the gift giver left a jug of cold, fresh water outside this one's door. It was a message, you see, for Vasby. Now we find these dressings and keepsakes, all leading to Bandar's litter. Our answers are there.
Fair enough. You said this place was forbidden. Why?
Old ghosts haunt this place. Angry spirits that moan and howl curses in the night. Silujo always insisted we stay away. I hate to disobey him, but we have no choice. The last sluice gate and the person we pursue are both inside. Are you prepared?
Yes, let's get moving. We gotta deal with harpies. I hate harpies. Another harpy.
someone.
No way.
Let's split up. We can corner him.
Who are you? Where is Rasby, beloved child? Finally, you have come home at last.
Beloved, what? I don't... We only want to restore the water.
Water? No, no, no. You come for answers, child. Answers from ashes. Take her to our camp at the Bandar Gate. Kill the other and cleanse him in flame. The scouring fire will claim Sarindar's cradle soon enough.
Going the wrong way.
Quickly! Over here! Silujo saw everything. We must save Vasby quickly, please!
Siljo, what are you doing here?
I may not be Vasby's father, but I feel a father's love for her. What parent would let their child wander the Kaj with a stranger? Silujo followed at a distance, but could not stop Vasby in time. The stricken cats took her deeper into the canyon.
The leader called Vesby by name and urged his people to burn the cradle. Why?
The flu. Time heals some wounds and causes others to fester. Sometimes even the greatest healer cannot see all ends. Forgive me. Silujo is an old cat. He rambles. We must go to the Bandar Gate to halt the flames and save my Vasby.
Alright, let's go.
There is a cavern deep within the litter. If memory serves, it ascends to the Bandar Gate. We will find the aqueduct blockage and the Vasby there. Come, we must hurry.
Alright, what's your plan for saving Vesby?
Silujo will try to make these sick, scarred cats see reason. To cure a sickness, a healer must know the ailment's cause. Old hatreds are not so different. We lose time discussing this. Have faith that all will proceed as Srendar wishes.
Alright.
These sick, scarred, you see, we call them the stricken. After the Nahatan flu ravaged their bodies, the people of Elsweyr cast them out. They came to Srendar's cradle once for healing, but the king's vizier would have put our adeptorium to the torch if he knew we harbored the sick. You should know the reason they hate us. It is my fault. They wish to burn our home because I cast them into Bandar's litter to die. Wait, Silujo must speak to you. Before we go further, we must speak.
Alright, what is it?
The Bandar Gate lies beyond that door. The Stricken's leader as well. Vasby's true father. His love and sorrow has turned to hatred for me. Silujo has no illusions. Death waits for this one through this passage, for the actions of his past.
Do you really believe that?
Silujo does not fear this death if it will save Vasby. Before it happens, though, this one must ask. You now know the story of Srendar's cradle, of the sick left to die. When this one is gone, Vasby will have questions. What will you tell her?
You got a couple choices. You had an impossible decision to make. You don't deserve to be judged for it.
Silujo thanks you, Walker. Choosing who lives and who dies weighs on the soul, but as a healer and a leader, I must make hard decisions. If Silujo had to do it all over again, he would make the same choice. Now come. Vasby waits.
Alright, let's go.
Vasby, you are unharmed, yes?
No. My daughter is no longer yours to corrupt, adept.
No! Silujo, No! This is my fault! Srendar, forgive me!
Is he alive?
He breathes, but faintly. Vasby will take him back to the cradle. My hands won't stop shaking. The Straken's leader, Hulzar, wields horrible magic. He told me that the adepts took me from him. That they stole everything from him. He said
He said that he's your father.
Yes. He said he left me gifts so that I would not forget him. But seeing me grow closer to Silujo, closer to the Order, twisted his tail to the breaking point. He lured Vasby here to Banda's litter. Now he plans to burn the Adeptorium.
We have to stop him.
Please, Walker. If there is any way to spare Hulzar, have mercy. Vasby knows he is mad, but to lose two fathers at once. Srendar, help me. This one is so lost. Moons. Why did Silujo come here? He must have known the Stricken would kill him.
He did it to save you.
This one only needed saving because she disobeyed Silujo. He came here because of Vasby. He dies because of Vasby.
Silujo told me he was ready for this. It's his penance for something he did long ago.
This one knows. Hulza told me about how he and his wife, my mother, came to the cradle with a tiny Vasby in their arms. He described the long march to Bandar's litter and the cold, moonless nights that followed. More suffering on my account.
How could that be your fault? You can't take the blame for everything.
How could it not be Vasby's fault? Had Hulza's wife not carried Vasby in her womb, they never would have come to Srendar's cradle. Had Vasby not sought to restore the water, Silujo would live. Please, just find Hulzar. Vasby must work.
Alright.
Think you can keep me from my vengeance? Come thee.
Hold on, heal yourself.
I need healing.
Won't he die?
Vasby. I'm sorry.
it will be quicker than walking. Vasby is inside. There we go. There she is.
You return. Good. Vasby already loses too much today. Silojo did not... Vasby could not... He is gone. His soul wanders the sands behind the stars now.
I'm sorry.
The other adepts mourn for him as Vasby does. But they do not know the truth of his death, or the cost of the water you restored. But you know. Vasby knows. And it may be too much for her to bear.
What do you mean?
Vasby loved this place. She idolized Silojo and the other healers. She prayed to Srendar for the strength and wisdom to serve as well as those who came before. But Srendar's cradle is a lie. My dream is a lie. What is Vasby to do now?
What do you mean Srendar's cradle's a lie?
The people of Elsweyr think that the adepts of the cradle worked miracles to stave off the flu. Now I see that they only hid the sick in the wilderness to let them die. How can this one just ignore that? How can I dedicate my life to such a place?
Alright, now we've got a choice. Stay. Your dream of being a healer still means something. History can't change that. Or, you're right, leave. You can't let a place or its failings define you. I am gonna go with stay. Your dreams of being a healer mean something. History can't change that.
Yes, this one will stay. But I will not lie about what happened here. Silojo made an impossible choice, but the people deserve to hear the truth. Thank you, Walker. We only just met, but you are the closest thing to family that Vasby has left.
And I have a feeling that my inventory is full. Yep. Alright, let us find... what don't I need? I'll go through the list later.
Moon's blessings, Walker. Yes, this one will stay. Brothers, sisters, Vasby must speak about Silojo's passing. Before he passed, this one learned the truth of the stricken, of the role we healers played in their suffering. No longer. In Shrendar's name, we must go to Bandar's litter. We must help the stricken, and we must try to heal this age-old wound, for their sake and for ours.
All right. I'll see a new location on the map, so we will add one. Adventure in the Weeping Scar. All right. is the roadway. Aha. Not really on the roadway. Alright. Now I want to go down this one. I assume we want to go down this way. Yes. Alright, so this intersection, we want to go this way. Wonder if we need to go down. Probably. Aha. There is somebody to speak with below.
Get back, Rakasa! I won't let you have this one.
Ha! Your blood is too thin. Keep that one as a gift, Uchiha, for when you're ready to drink.
Sheath your claws, Walker. This one does not want a fight, but you've walked into a dangerous feud. You should leave the Weeping Scar. Uchiha cannot protect everyone from her former kin.
What's going on here?
I am an exile of the Tenar Zalvit vampire clan. This wasteland has long been our home. Unforgiving, but we survived in peaceful seclusion through the wisdom of our clan mother. She is gone now, and my clan strays down a treacherous path without her.
Meaning what?
My blood brother, Rakasha, tempts my clan to give in to their thirst. He urges them to abandon our way of life and prey on the caravanners without restraint or mercy. I must divert them from this path, but I am losing the fight.
I'll help you.
Uchiha is grateful. This caravaner she saved was not alone. Help her check on their camps. Warn them. Protect them if necessary. We must save them from my clan before we can save my clan from themselves. She only hopes it is not too late.
Tell me more about Rakaza.
He leads the Tenar Zalvit. After our clan mother's death, he promised our blood brothers and sisters a better life. Swayed them to embrace our predatory nature. He played on their fears and drove out his dissenters.
And you are the only member of your clan opposed to harming travelers?
Uchiha is the only one who still remains. Once Rakasha's followers tasted the blood of our living cousins,
Those who resisted were easily driven out. He is right about one thing. Living on thin-blooded animals indeed made us weak.
Let's see. If your clan has always been peaceful, why does Akaza want them to attack travelers?
He blames our pacifist ways for all our troubles, and has renounced them. Rakaja believes embracing our nature as vampires is the only way to protect us from harm, but all he'll do is make enemies and draw them to us.
Alright, what do you believe?
I believe our clan mother's wisdom was the only thing that has kept us alive this long. She knew that turning on our living kin was short-sighted. If Rakaja has his way, I am certain it will lead to our destruction.
Alright, how do you survive if you don't feed?
Before the flu, we only drank blood that was offered to us. But after it wiped out Orcrest, we have had to make do with feeding on animals. This is not a lush land. It was a lean life, but it was peaceful.
How did you become a vampire?
That was very long ago. Nearly at the edge of memory, Walker. Back when the 16 kingdoms of Khajiit became 2, my family was taken by the Thracian plague, and I brought them to Tanar Zalvit to find rest. I offered the clan mother everything.
You didn't want to go on living?
The world outside seemed as if it was about to end. I had nothing, no purpose, no future. The clan gave me all 3. The lifetimes I have spent watching over the departed have been far less troubled than those of my living kin. Until now.
Okay, what happened to your clan mother?
A cabal of necromancers raided our home. The burial site our clan watched over for centuries. She defied their leader, and was destroyed. The rest of us could only stand by helplessly as they desecrated the dead. We lost everything that night.
Why were you living in a burial site?
Our clan served as the caretakers of the Tanar Zalvit ossuary, when there was anyone left to seek burial. Khajiit made offerings of blood for us to watch over their dead. We coexisted like that for hundreds of years, until tragedy struck.
What sort of tragedy?
Our troubles began with the Nahatan flu. It swept through Orcrest like a flood, leaving death in its wake. The tide of dead rolled in until our vaults were full, and those who survived begged us to spare them. We took pity and agreed.
You made them vampires?
Our clan grew from a small handful to a settlement in itself. In an instant, we lost our main source of food and gained many more mouths to feed. We hoped to leave, but our clan mother feared we would carry the flu with us and sequestered the clan.
Okay. Whoops. Alright, we need to check on the traveler's camp. And I'll probably be ending this shortly. Got a bunch of other things to do, and I'm starting to get a bit tired. I don't want to get to the point where I can't do what I need to do afterwards. So we'll go check on the camp. I want to deal with them or scorpions. away, evil creature. Alright.
Finally, we feast on rich blood.
What is in the glowing box? Steal from. I don't know if I want to steal. I don't. I need the Thieves Guild line. Alright, I think this is a nice place to hold up for now. Let's see, yeah. I may come on...
This one used to like foul, but after he turned, their blood seemed thin as gruel.
We should leave the Weeping Scar. Take over somewhere worth living.
Alright, I'm gonna leave it here for tonight. Being that I have this as a long weekend, being it's Labor Day, I may come on again Saturday and we can pick up from here. That way we can try to get as far as we can. And I may also come on during the day on Monday to continue playing, so we can continue to try to finish this in the remaining few weeks we have.
Are too thin-blooded. We should make for
But for tonight, we'll end it here. Be sure to tune in to our YouTube channel tonight at 9 for the next episode of our playthrough of Fallout 4. And then tune in tomorrow at 9 for the next episode of Rise of the Tomb Raider. And then I will see you most likely sometime on Saturday. And then again on Sunday playing Fallout 76 and potentially back playing Elder Scrolls Online on Monday. I have to see how everything works out, what I get done in that, recording videos, the Rise of Tomb Raider videos, and continuing editing and recording Fallout 4 videos. But we will end that here tonight. Thanks for watching, everybody. That's all I've got. So keep on gaming, and I do hope you're enjoying these live streams and my videos on YouTube. Thanks, and I will see you Sunday, if not on Saturday.